So specifically speaking for quant, so I think there are three main pillars for cracking quant section. So many people are aware of the first two, that is speed and accuracy. But I think the third and the most important part is the strategy. And I think that is the most important for quant and something that actually people tend to neglect. And what people try to do is that they try to make someone else's strategy theirs. And I think this is the biggest blunder anyone can make. Your strategy has to be your own. You need to sit down, realize what is your strength, what is your weakness, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and devise a tailor-made strategy for yourself. I think till the time you don't do this, probably you will be running someone else's race or some running or living someone else's life. Don't do that. Everyone has their own capabilities, their own strengths. I think the first thing you need to make absolutely clear is form a strategy that is tailor-made according to your needs and your requirements. And the question obviously comes as to how to make the strategy. So there are multiple ways to make a strategy. One can be just going with the preparation, trying to find out the topics you are comfortable with and you're not comfortable with. Other method can be giving as many marks as you can, then try to find out from the score and from the analysis as to, okay, this is something that I'm good at, this is something I'm not good at, this is something that has been working consistently, and this is something probably which is probably working, but I'm not very comfortable or something I cannot do for a long run, and hence I don't feel comfortable in that shoe, and I need to change that. So keep changing it till the time you find that right spot where you think that, okay, this is something that will work for me, this is something that sits right underneath my strengths and my weaknesses, and this is something that I can actually follow. What people do is that people set unnecessary or probably they try to have sort of limits or sort of targets which are kind of unreachable or difficult to achieve for a long run. So I think that needs to be made sure that whatever strategy that you are applying, you're able to perform it or continue with it consistently along the mocks that you go. Yeah, so personally, I think it's important to remember that everyone is a unique individual. And just I think just in my case, I think probably I am where I am today because my needs were realized at the right time. They were honed in the right direction, and I was provided the right guidance, right leadership, uh, right way of thinking, probably at the exact time when I needed. And I think this is a make or break for any student or any aspirant, not just for CAT, but for all around the world. And personally, I think this is where our EduShastra team is doing wonders. Uh, their personalized way of teaching every student as per his needs and wants is something which probably is the need of the hour. People don't generally realize is that uh, your so what your skill is, you need to be taught in that way. I think that is very important. People feel that, no, I'm not very good in maths, but I want to sit along with all the engineers and do the same problems that they are solving. It might work, but it might not. And people need to realize that the might not working part is more often than not going to be true. So I think so. What's important is that you need to be directed in the right way, something, a strategy, a tailor-made strategy, which is right for you and not for what people think around you is right for you. I think that is very important. It's very important that the team teaches you in such a way that you feel comfortable with the topic, and when you do feel comfortable with the topic, only then you move on. It should not be a lackluster system where probably you're not able to understand or grasp the entire concept, and but you're still just moving on for the sake of completing the course. I think that is the stupidest strategy anyone can follow. So taking the right time, making sure that you're comfortable with this topic, okay, you know what the in and outs of this topic are, then moving on. I think that is very important. Then I think the market right now discourages sort of uh, people from slightly tier 2 or tier 3 cities because the fees is actually very high for these institutions. I think this is also very good initiative by the EduShastra team. where they are trying to bring a change and trying to reduce the prices so that it is affordable for everyone, and sort of builds a credibility that they are trying to bring a change, and they are taking every necessary step to make sure that you achieve your potential and you realize that everyone is a genius in some or the other aspect.